Welcome back to Celebrity Buzz Daily, where the drama, laughter, and Hollywood twists never stop. Today's story takes us straight into the spookiest, funniest, and most unexpected Halloween special on TV Live with Kelly and Mark's new Frights podcast parody. Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos are bringing the laughs, the scares, and a few shocking surprises as they take on Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. And wait till you hear what Gelman did. Stay tuned till the end, because this one takes a turn you'll never see coming. Halloween morning 2025. The set of Live with Kelly and Mark looked like something straight out of a glamorous haunted mansion. Cobwebs glistening under the studio lights, glowing pumpkins carved with celebrity faces, and a faint fog rolling across the stage. Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos entered in full character, their costumes sending the audience into a frenzy. This year they weren't dressing up as random movie icons or pop legends. No, they were taking on the power couple of pop culture, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. Kelly, dressed in a sparkly silver bodysuit and red lipstick reminiscent of Taylor's Eras Tour glam, strutted onto the stage with a golden microphone. Mark followed right behind her, wearing a Kansas City Chiefs uniform complete with pads, a helmet under his arm, and a mischievous grin that could only belong to Travis Kelce. The crowd erupted. "Oh my God, it's Taylor and Travis!" one fan screamed from the audience. As Kelly tossed her hair dramatically and winked, she said into her mic, "Welcome to New Frights, the spookiest podcast of the year, where love songs meet touchdown zones." Mark, channeling his inner athlete, chimed in, "And where relationship goals get haunted by fame and footballs." The audience laughed, but there was something even funnier about the setup, because this wasn't just another parody. The live Halloween specials were known for surprises, but this time they promised something bigger. An unexpected guest appearance that would shock everyone. And the producers weren't lying. Gelman, the show's longtime executive producer, stepped out next, dressed as none other than Jason Kelce, Travis's outspoken brother. The moment he appeared, the audience lost it. Dressed in a fake beard, mullet wig, and Philadelphia Eagles jersey, Gelman stomped onto the stage like a man possessed by pure brotherly chaos. "Yo, I'm Jason Kelce, and I'm just here for the snacks," he roared. The laughter was uncontrollable. Kelly, as Taylor, turned to him in mock irritation. "Jason, we're in the middle of recording our haunted podcast. Can you please keep it down?" Gelman, staying in full character, shouted back, "You're recording a podcast? What's next, a song about me?" Mark added with perfect comedic timing, "Don't give her ideas, bro. She'll make it a breakup anthem before halftime." The crowd howled. But just when everyone thought it was going to be another light-hearted spoof, something strange started happening, both literally and in the script. As the trio continued their podcast sketch, the lights began flickering. The fog thickened, and a loud creak echoed from the rafters above. Kelly's eyes widened. She stayed in character, but there was genuine confusion on her face. Did anyone else hear that?" she asked, laughing nervously. Mark smirked, thinking it was part of the show. "Relax, babe, it's just the ghost of bad play-calling past." But then a shadow moved across the stage, tall, slow, deliberate. The audience gasped. Even Gelman broke character for a moment. Then from behind the Halloween decorations, a fourth figure emerged, in a massive NFL referee outfit, holding a whistle. The camera zoomed in. It was Ryan Seacrest. The former Live co-host had made a surprise return, but his role wasn't just a cameo. He was there to officiate the haunted relationship between Taylor and Travis, and things were about to take a turn for the bizarre. Hold on," Ryan said, blowing his whistle. "We've got some penalty flags on this love story." Kelly, still in Taylor mode, crossed her arms dramatically. "Excuse me? What's the flag for?" Ryan grinned. "For excessive use of romantic lyrics in public PDA." The studio audience erupted with laughter and applause. Mark tried to defend himself, pointing to his Chiefs gear. "Hey man, love's a team sport." But Kelly wasn't letting him off easy. "Oh sure, until your team loses. Then suddenly the song changes." Ryan shook his head. "That's it. 10-yard penalty for heartbreak." As the crowd roared, the parody went from funny to almost surreal. The chemistry between Kelly and Mark made the sketch feel too real, blurring the line between performance and personal banter. Then came the twist no one saw coming. Gelman broke into a full-on Jason Kelce rant, unscripted. He stormed over to the fake podcast table, slammed down a beer mug and shouted, "You know what? I'm tired of this. Why does Taylor get all the spotlight? What about Jason? I have a podcast too." Kelly looked at him half in shock, half trying not to laugh. "Gelman, are you ad-libbing right now?" The crowd cheered as Gelman doubled down. "Yeah, Jason Kelce deserves a love story too. Where's my song, Taylor?" Suddenly, the studio lights went red. Spooky sound effects filled the air. Kelly's expression shifted. She leaned into her mic and whispered dramatically, "Jason, you just summoned the ghost of pop music revenge." From behind the stage curtain, a haunting remix of Look What You Made Me Do began playing. The audience screamed as dancers dressed as past exes emerged, all played by live staff members wearing exaggerated masks of celebrities like Harry Styles, Joe Jonas, and Jake Gyllenhaal. Mark whispered, "Oh no, it's the exorcism of Taylor Swift's exes." Kelly, twirling like a pop diva in distress, performed a parody verse. Musical note, "I don't trust nobody and nobody trusts me, especially on Halloween TV." Musical note. The laughter and applause filled the room, but as the dance number ended, another surprise dropped. Ryan Seacrest, still in referee mode, suddenly took off his whistle, dropped it on the floor and said, "You know what? This isn't over. I'm calling him back up." The lights dimmed again, fog rolled in thicker than before, and a door at the back of the set creaked open by itself. The audience fell silent. From the darkness, a familiar voice echoed. Did someone say back up? It was Michael Strahan. The Good Morning America host walked in wearing a football zombie costume, holding a Super Bowl trophy covered in fake cobwebs. The crowd lost it. A full-on roar of cheers. "I heard this was the Halloween of chaos," Strahan said, grinning. "Figured you might need a defensive lineman to tackle all this drama." Kelly laughed so hard she could barely speak. "Oh my God, Michael. You just walked into the weirdest Halloween special ever." Strahan looked around. "We've got Taylor, Travis, Jason, Ryan. What is this, the NFL of pop culture?" Mark, still perfectly in character, puffed his chest and said, "I'd call it the Love Bowl." The studio audience burst into laughter again, but there was something heartfelt beneath all the silliness. Live with Kelly and Mark has always been about chemistry, laughter, and a touch of chaos. This Halloween episode wasn't just about costumes. It was about connection, friendship, and that unpredictable spark that keeps the show alive after all these years. But just as Kelly began wrapping up the bit, a final shocker hit. Something no one in the audience was expecting. The teleprompter suddenly went blank. The music cut off. The fog machine started sputtering wildly, filling the studio with smoke. Kelly coughed and waved her hands. Gelman, is this part of the show?" Gelman looked confused. "Not that I know of." Then from the shadows, a fifth voice whispered over the sound system, "Welcome to new Frights." Everyone froze. The voice wasn't Ryan, Michael, or anyone from the crew. The audience began murmuring, was this still a joke? Suddenly, the studio monitors flickered to life, showing a mysterious hooded figure broadcasting from what looked like the control room. "You've all been talking about haunted podcasts," the voice said. "But what if the podcast was real?" The crowd gasped. Even the cameraman looked confused. Then, as quickly as it began, the feed cut to static. A few seconds later, Gelman's voice shouted from backstage, "Don't worry, folks. That's just a new special effect we're testing." Kelly burst into laughter, breaking the tension. "Oh my God, Gelman, you just gave me a heart attack." Mark added, "Congratulations. This is officially the most chaotic Halloween episode we've ever done." And it was. But as the show wound down, the magic of Liv's Halloween tradition shone through. The costumes, the jokes, the cameos, and that eerie twist made it a performance fans would be talking about for weeks. Before signing off, Kelly turned to Mark and asked, "So Travis, any last words for Taylor?" Mark grinned and said, "Yeah, let's make this relationship undefeated." Kelly smirked. "That's cute. Just don't fumble it this time." The crowd screamed with laughter and applause as confetti fell, flashing Happy Halloween across the screen. Ryan Seacrest blew one last whistle, saying, "And that's game." As the credits rolled, Gelman danced awkwardly in his Jason Kelce beard, while Michael Strahan pretended to chase him with a fake football. It was ridiculous, over the top, and totally unforgettable, everything live fans love. And yet, as the cameras faded to black, one faint sound could still be heard. That mysterious voice again, echoing softly. "See you next Halloween if you dare." The screen glitched for half a second, then went dark. And there you have it. Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos totally nailed their Taylor and Travis parody. Gelman stole the show as Jason Kelce, and that final ghostly broadcast left everyone guessing. Was it just a stunt? Or something else? What do you think really happened during that spooky new Frights segment? Drop your theories in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more exclusive celebrity stories, behind-the-scenes drama, and twists you'll never see coming. Until next time, stay spooky, stay curious, and keep watching Celebrity Buzz Daily.